Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Hey Little Magpie. And for this layout I'm using the Arden Creative Studio collection, Hidden Creek. So I've got 3 papers there from the 12 by 12 pad and I'm just deciding which one I want to use with my 3 photographs. I decide on the one with all the ferns at the bottom, and to complement this I bring in the Fern Valley dies, and I'm going to make my own paper or coloured paper to cut the ferns from. So I'm just using some watercolour paint here and my heat tool, and as you can see I am just slapping it on with quite a big brush. This is a 12 by 12 piece of quite thick cardstock. It is rippling a little bit, but when I cut it with the dies it's not going to make any difference. I'm also adding some splatters as well, because when it's cut into smaller pieces, you won't notice the brush strokes or anything else. So I'm just trying to get a variety of colours. That's why I kept the paper to my left so that I could use it as a reference. So I cut it into 4, put it through my Sizzix machine and cut out a lot of ferns with the Fern Valley dies. So now I've done all that, I'm coming back to the layout itself. I really like that flowery paper there. This is from the 8 by 8 pad. It's perfect for me to mount these 3 photographs on. So I'm just measuring it roughly. I've not stuck anything down yet, but I'm going to do them in a downward, like a column. The photos themselves were taken at my brother's wedding, and I thought the blue of the dresses really worked well with the papers and the outdoorsy feel. Some of the photographs were actually taken in a botanical garden, and you get that tropical vibe, even though they were in the centre of England. So I also have the decoupage papers for this collection, and I got them out of interest really because I wasn't sure how I would use them as a scrapbooker. I was thinking maybe they were designed more for card making or mini books, but actually I wanted to see what they were like. And I've picked one that's got quite a lot of blue. It's got some blue flowers at the bottom and like a paint chart. And I'm going to cut it into pieces. I'm going to layer it down the right hand side of the photographs, and I'm going to use the flowers on the bottom left hand side just to bring another pop of blue for this layout. I also add a further piece of another decoupage paper so it can be continuously down the right hand side of the photographs. Then I decide I'm going to start to layer some of my ferns over the top. I'm very aware that if I'm not careful I'm probably going to use all of them. I'm trying not to. 1, I want to use them on another layout, and 2, I think I need to just be a little bit more careful with my placement. But I'm also having a look at some of the laser cut bits and pieces and some of the die cuts too. I'm trying to get a couple of blue flowers either side of the photographs just to keep that blue going. Having a look at some of the phrases as well that are in this set, things that might work. Also on the right there, I've got some like little leatherette hearts. These are Hey Little Magpie's own. They're stamped with the word love, and I'm going to use one of the olive green ones of those as well. I'm just going through the die cuts again, seeing if there's any other little bits and pieces that I want to add. I don't want to overdo it. I think the ferns are going to be enough in the final layout, but I just want to see any butterflies, any little tabs that would work, just to add a couple of small clusters around the photographs. So I think before I go much further, I'm going to have to think about sticking down what I've got, and then I can work out what's missing. So photographs are stuck down, but not the ferns. So it's time to actually commit. So I've got some foam pads to go behind the flowers, and I've got some acrylic glue to stick the ferns down. Now, I don't like things to be perfectly flat. I like them to have a little bit of movement. So I am actually only going to apply a little bit of glue to the back of the ferns. I end up getting a little bit messy. I put a couple of drops of wet glue on the back, and then I've smushed it with my fingers just to make sure they're adhered but not perfectly. So I'm going to interweave a couple, and obviously when it's in the album it will look a bit flatter, but at the moment I quite like the way they look a little bit more realistic. So while my hands are doing that, I would really recommend you check out this new range. If you've not heard of them, they are Arden Creative Studio. It's a UK company, which is brilliant, which is what we need in scrapbooking now, and really recommend you check it out. I think this range has a lot of potential, called Hidden Creek. I think regardless of what you like to make, I think this would work really well. I've taken one of the 8x8 papers and I've cut it on a electronic cutting machine, and I've cut out a title, Perfect Day. I wanted to fit that snugly between the ferns on the left and the photos on the right. Because it is so busy at the bottom of the layout, I wanted to leave the top generally free, because I feel that layouts do need some white space. You need your eyes to be able to rest without it being totally cluttered, and I think that works quite well. There is a orangey butterfly on the left. There's also some nice warm tones particularly in the top photo. So I'm going to add a orangey butterfly on the right. I also add another butterfly by the title. So just to help draw your eye around the page. So really now I'm literally just tweaking, adding a few more bits in, putting some of the ferns over the title as if the title was there before them. So do check out this collection at Hey Little Magpie. Also check out the other YouTube videos that we have on our YouTube channel, and have a look at Instagram as well, where we've got a full team who are designing with lots and lots of current collections. You know, when I mentioned at the beginning that I'd want to add all of them, I'm still playing with those ferns, and I'm desperately trying not to add them all, but they are so super cute now that they're cut, and the dies were so easy to use, and they've got holes in the back of the die, so you can actually just use a pokey tool to get the ferns out, so there was no problem with that either. I did make sure the paper was fully dry, the cardstock was fully dry before I did attempt to cut anything from it though. I've learnt that lesson in the past. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, pop any comments in the bottom. This is the finished layout, and I'll get to show you some of the depth there, and the fern's not stuck down completely. And here will be some close-ups too. So thank you so much for watching. This is Sheena Rowlands for Hey Little Magpie, and we hope to see you here again real soon. Bye for now.